General King here. Let's see here. So this is my first time going live. I've got some things I got to read here, so give me just a moment. But we are going to be talking about not only coins. Why? Why am I not only talking about coins? Because this was something that I took up during COVID. This is something that I took up as a kind of promise to myself and some things that were going on at the time that reminded me to not take life so serious, right? Coin investing and coin collecting has always been a part of my overall journey, and I've always truly enjoyed it. But now, okay, and again, this is not financial advice. Before we get in, I'll kind of read you those disclosures, my disclosures. I am not a financial analyst. I don't do stock advising. I don't do real estate advising, and I don't do, precious metal advising. This is, though, however, my personal opinion and my personal experience, what I've gone through, what's worked for me and what hasn't. But all those things being said, you have to essentially do your own work. You have to see what's going to work for you. You have to keep an eye on, markets if you're going to jump into those markets, and you have to be on top of your A game. This is just, for entertainment purposes only. But again, there's things that have made me coin, right? Of these things that I'm going to talk to you guys about, it's a reason, that I can leave 1, 2, 3K on this table and not touch it for months on end. So I've been very fortunate that a lot of those investments did pay off, so keep that in mind, right? And I'm probably going to be jumping all over the place because realistically I had no plans to make this video today, but I did realize that my YouTube that I worked so hard to build is kind of going down the drain because I'm not doing much with it. So again, more than anything, I want to give you guys, I want to give you guys value. I don't want to just show you, a bunch of Ike dollars that I was able to get that are a little bit harder to get. I'm sure you guys have seen it already, but what I'm doing here, or why I came here today, is to set up a lot. I've got about 15 or 20 coins I'm shipping out that I sold. So again, I'm flipping these for about $1 over. So, right, if it's $1's worth, I'm flipping these for about $2. So, a set of 15, I'm getting $30 on these coins. So that's why I came over here to package these all up. But now that I'm here, like I said, there's other things I want to talk about, and the biggest things are going to be, let's see here. Give me a second. Let me get rid of this. Let me get rid of this message. It says you can, okay, set a delay. Okay, manage messages. Okay, cool. Close. All right. So the thing I want to talk about, right, is not necessarily coins. I want to talk about things like the interest rate. Okay, I want to talk about things like Jerome Powell and the Federal Reserve. What's going on now with Jerome Powell and the Federal Reserve? Things are coming into play where, hey, what's going on? Things are coming into play where, all right, so things are coming into play where the Federal Reserve is going to be dropping interest rates, right? And so as they drop interest rates, what's going to happen, right? Let's say this is rich people spending money right now, okay? Thank you for subbing. Let's say this is rich people spending money right now, right? Well, with time, right, they're going to start to, as interest rates drop, they're going to bring in a boatload more of money, right? And so what happens when rich people bring in more money? Rich people bring in more money, and there's more things, there's more spending. Overall, the economy is in a better place, right? And now you're making more money as well. How do you make more money off of interest rates dropping, right? Because when interest rates drop, what's going to happen? Like I said, rich people are going to spend more money. How are they going to do that? They're going to take some of their money. They're going to be buying up stocks. They're going to be buying up real estate, precious metals. If you've seen, the price of gold has jumped tremendously. So I don't know if you guys have realized that, but the price of gold has jumped a lot. Again, not financial advice, right? But if you go out, I think now, I don't know if this would be this is definitely not the same size because this is only a kilo. Obviously this is copper, but I know the big bars, right? The huge, I don't know what they are. They're huge bars. They're $1 million now, right? So that huge bar of gold, however much that is, I don't know how much it is, but it's worth $1 million now. So what does that tell you, right? That tells you that with time, as people spend more money, what you should be doing with your money is you should be investing it. And like I said, that's totally up to you what you want to invest in. But realistically, I would recommend if you don't have that much, what you want to start with is stocks. Okay. And like I said, this is from my own personal experience. You start with stocks and you buy, if you want just SPY, that's the S&P 500. The reason I recommend that one the most is because the SPY is going to be the singular stock that if you don't want to do anything, you just dump money into SPY over time. And that should, right? I'm not guaranteeing it will, but that should give you an average of about 7% on your money year over year. I know some years it's been 15%, some years it's been -3. So again, look it up and see. You can look up SPY, historical yearly return, and if you just type that into Google, you can do your own research and see what it's been, and you can also project what you think it'll be, right? But essentially, I think over the long period, right? Because everything we do moving forward is going to be over a long period. You don't want to sit here and act like you're going to get rich overnight. You don't want to be betting YOLO, investments into stocks. You want to be thinking long term, and then that'll also help you, right? So SPY is a good one. If you want to diversify, I truly enjoy, me personally, I enjoy Tesla. Has treated me very good since 2018. But again, that's when I started investing in Tesla, right? Apple as well. I started in 2018. So those are kind of my big hitters right now. But also I have now, more recently, I have NVIDIA and Palantir. So Palantir is a really good one. I think, in my opinion, long term will be really good. And these are all things that can make you money. So keep that in mind, right? I know as I've been live, I started off here with about 15 people. Now I'm about down to about 2 or 3. So like I said, thank you guys for hanging in there. This essentially is I think should be making us all money, right? If you can get into the next step, right? Or, once you've accumulated enough in your stocks that you want to grab a chunk of that, throw it into some real estate, right? Now, when you get into real estate, you start to do things like over a few years, right? COVID was a crazy time. So there's properties that have appreciated $300,000-$400,000 in the span of 3 or 4 years, which is insane. It's not necessarily something that's normal, but I will say over 10 years, any real estate should appreciate at least 25 to 30%. And why is that important? That's important because essentially what you're going to do over 10 years, right? All you really have to do, live in this property, maintain it, and pay your mortgage. And essentially in 10 years time, you could, if you wanted to, cash out 20-30% on your real estate, right? So that's why real estate is also very important. But excuse me, you normally can't get into real estate without about, I think minimum is like 3.5-4% down. So like I said, it's very important that you stack your coin first. And I would say the best thing that's worked for me is dollar cost averaging into stocks, right? So if you don't have all that money for real estate, you want to take at least, I would say if you can take $3 to $5 and invest it into stocks every day, this is what's going to set you apart from 90% of, I want to say the world, but anywhere really, 95%. Because most people can't take $5, okay? Most people aren't willing to take $5 and just put it into stocks every day. I'll probably put my Robinhood link into this end of this chat or whatever so that you can sign up. And like I said, I think it's going to be one of the best things you ever did for yourself if you're not investing in stocks. Because also people don't know that you can buy a singular dollar of stock, right? Most people don't know that you can take $1 and put it into Apple every day, another dollar into Tesla every day, and another dollar into NVIDIA, and another dollar into Palantir, and another dollar into SPY, right? So those are probably my 5 top picks, right? But what I mean by that is that most people just don't understand that you can do that. They look at Apple and they say, oh, Apple's $100, $200. I can't take $200 and afford to buy that stock. No, that's not true anymore. That's not true. That's not how stocks work, and it's not how it works, at least on like on Robinhood and all of these new chats, these new, I don't know what they're called. They're stockbrokers. But so keep that in mind. If you're doing $5 a day, right? What should you have at the end of the year? You should have a crazy amount of money in stocks. I mean, not crazy, but realistically, as interest rates drop, your stocks should start to perform better. It might be some turmoil from now to the first interest rate cut here in about 10, 15 days. Of course, there's tension in the Middle East, so keep all of those things in mind because, geopolitical situations do affect our stocks here in the United States. But it is very important that you guys start to prepare now. And I'm telling you this now, date mark this for the few people that are watching. Date mark this. Call me out in 6 months if I'm wrong. But I normally have never really gone on here, and I'd never done a live, first of all, but I've never gone on here and basically said, hey, this is going to happen. So keep that in mind. I think long term we will be in a better place, especially if you can really think long term, right? I'm talking about 5 years, 10 years. So if you're kind of tired of the situation you're in, I know a lot of my friends have recently admitted to me that they're kind of low on income. They're not doing that great. Some of them are 20, 30K in debt. So that's what I say. Start with $3 to $5 a day. Get yourself out of the rat race. A lot of people think they can't afford $3 to $5 a day, but I promise you, you can. And if you don't think you can, just cut out your Starbucks every day, and that'll get you the $5 to $6 you need. Okay, so I'm probably gonna end this here just because I gotta run. I actually have to go take care of something at a rental property, but like I said, make sure that you are getting prepared for what is to come, because this will probably be one of the better times to start investing if you haven't started. Shoot me up with any questions, anything you are interested in learning about stocks, real estate, finance in general. I don't do as much precious metals, so I don't have like a ton of silver. I mean, compared to like some of these big YouTube channels. So realistically, I can't compare with them. But it's one of those things that with time you should be figuring out some kind of investment to work for you. If you don't have money working for you, you need to figure out what's the best way to do that and to get some money working for you. And like I said, it starts with about $3 to $5 a day. All right. So let me know if you have any questions. I appreciate you guys tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.